Good afternoon, one and all. 4-T, Sanctuary, Pursuit, Truth, the Golden Truth, nothing but the truth and nothing but the golden truth. And that golden light, the golden light. It's the 29th of the 5th, 2026. Thank God it's Friday again. Thank God it's Friday again. The solar, Jaguar, Emperor, hasn't changed. Nothing's changed at the moment because we're going through that transformation stage. Life, death, rebirth, transformation, reformation and restoration. And as you know, we've got the red planet, the big Jupiter, red planet, expansion, exploration, and technology. And Mars, the planet of action, the art of war. And the royal star Antares, or Antares, depending on the pronunciation of everything. Tranquility and serenity of the mind. Now everything's going good. I don't see any hiccups or any obstacles. The Jeffrey Epstein files, they're getting, it's going to explode very shortly because they're going to release more and more names with no surprises anymore, no such thing as a coincidence. And I sit here for a reason, my mission and purpose. And we're all connected throughout the universe. Get it together, get your act together. I've got my act together. And we forge forward because a lot of these names released, a lot of, it's your politician names. You know, as I said, no surprises. And thanks. I love to have and give gratitude and appreciation for Pauline and Clive getting together and having a nice little lunch, a little formal lunch together. And that is great. That is great to see. I love seeing things like that. It makes me feel excited. And it gives me more hope and faith. Because that has been one of my dreams, I guess, one of my visions for years two to put differences aside and get together. And congratulations for doing that. I love it. I love it because we're loving it and we're living it. So that's good, yeah. And as I said, with the politicians and now Tony Abbott, dear, president of the Liberal Party, eh? And he's the one. He'll be held accountable. He's one of the names that are not good. I don't hear any good about that Tony Abbott. And another one, which was our larrikin, Bob Hawke, but being dealt with now in the afterlife. That's the afterlife now. A lot of them have got away with it on this plane, unfortunately, but it's probably easy on this way, on this plane in our reality, in our realm, because in the afterlife, it's more internally, for all internal, infinity. And this is what happens because it's a process when we go dust to dust again. The iron and your sulfur and all that other stuff, alchemical stuff, gets drawn up back up into the stars and you become another star. And you got to wait millions and millions of years for the star, to explode, supernova. And then that goes spreading throughout the galaxy universe and creates life once again on planet Mother Goddess Gaia. A lot of things you've been told a lot of untruths, you get a lot of misinformation, you get a lot of fiction, the web of deception, illusions, smoke in your mirrors, but then, as I said, all that is shattering now. What has been fictionalised for the last 700 years, the laurel, she'll turn green again, the prophecy. And that is the regency of the blood lineage. And you've got to grasp it, you've got to accept it and acknowledge it. There's no way around this. You just cannot avoid it. Because, well, I'm in your face now, and you're in my face, and we're in the right now and knowing. And we just got to face up to the facts, haven't we? Face up to the facts. And the facts go according to God's plan, God's kingdom, and God's glory. And this is who, well, we work for. We work for. And this is what life is all about. Not all this fictional stuff, you've been hoodwinked and blindfolded. I said your blindfold's cast off anyway. Everyone on this channel now should be fully awake and aware. If you haven't cast out your doubts, well, you won't be fully awake. That's why I get you up to Godspeed to cast all that bullshit out, bull crap, bull dust, whatever you want to call it. Got to be careful with the algorithms on YouTube because that's classed as swearing, and their red flags come up on me, you know, on anyone that swears or use vulgar. But that's why Superanus supersedes the sovereign. And it's another, they fictionalise, and they fictionalise this through their fiction legals. Wake up, rise and shine to the true natural born leader, and trust me, and I'll reassure everyone that watches or has access to this transmission, that we're going to do the honourable thing that is supposed to be done anyway, and wipe out all this darkness and all this evilness of the critters, creatures, monsters and demons. They'll be held accountable, and there'll be justice with a capital of J. And the masses have been waiting for this for eons, like myself. And patience is a virtue, and we've just got to wait for everything to align a bit better with the planets. It creates more energy, because energy never ends. As you know, it just transforms, and we're in that transitional transformation stage. And I'm here and now present to help and assist and support every one of us to go up those higher frequencies and higher vibrations, and that evilness will be trapped in the lower frequencies. And as I say, Lucifer will just grab them and drag them back for the fire and brimstone, back to Hades or hell as we know it. Anyway, it's all good. It's all good, as I said. That's a great help. That is a great help and support and assistance with Pauline and Clive having dinner. Don't know what Mr. Abbott's form is, because he put Pauline in jail. He's showing himself again. They can't help themselves. Okay, so he brings the attention back on himself now. And all these bad ones and evil critters, creatures, monsters and demons, they love bringing the attention to themselves. They can't help it. They can't help it. And that's better for us because we know exactly who they are. And as I say, it's not all, it's some. Some. Like Joe Biden and Oprah Winfrey over there, and DeGeneres, that DeGeneres, that man over there. Yes, she was a man. And that's what I mean, all this truth, all this golden truth now, evilness will not hide from us. And as I say, when you show hidden things, it's good and bad. Okay? Light after darkness. Light after darkness. Pretty simple and straightforward and self-explanatory. And as I say, everyone on this channel watching me right from the start and watching me progress and going up those level stages and phases from, yes, humble beginnings to the prince and finding out hidden things, and then going forward a bit more, doing the scorpion, the wood dragon, now in the Vedic system. Oh, wow. Isn't that freaking heavy over there in the hidden agendas and what I am capable of unearthing and bringing to the golden light. And that's my job. That's what I do. That's what I do. Okay, so yeah, and there's a lot of, well, famous people on that other 70% of the Epstein files. That's why there is no surprises. And Hollyweird instead of Hollywood. A lot of, like Weinstein and a few, just scapegoats, just this evilness decided to hand over. But we have a look at Jimmy Savile was another one. But you look at their diaries. See, their diaries haven't been, well, unleashed onto the masses yet. Once all those files get exposed to the public arena, a lot of epic events are going to start happening. And it is happening. It is happening in this. A lot of things happening in the spiritual realm. The spiritual realms. A lot of rituals of support, and they're good rituals that I perform, and my visions and my lucid dreaming. Awaken the masses. Awaken the masses. And as I say, you let nature take its naturally process correcting itself. Trust in the process. Always trust in the process. And you trust in the Most High. It's all good. Celestial, terrestrial, reconnecting, integrating. Because you have your greatest realization on what's going on now. In this civilization, with stabilization, and we beautifulization. And we build from the foundations up again with our capabilities and abilities and powers. Natural born leader. Here to assist, support and help out of this mess the evilness has put us in. With their fictional lies, fictional deception, everything is just, it's the greatest mass awakening, unstoppable, inevitable, irreversible, and unavoidable. Awake, abracadabra, arise and shine. To all this terrible noise that's been going on around you guys. Concentrate, focus on what is happening, be aware, acknowledge, and your collectiveness with the universe, collectiveness, consciousness, and your higher consciousness. Things that make you go, And as I say, it's all getting tidied up now. It's all getting tidied up. Because we can. Because I'm capable of big things happening. 11/22/33. The triangle of enlightenment. Things that make you go, Okie dokie, let's go in. Tarot cards are all shuffled. Go into the number oracle cards. And so it begins, and may it be. And it's all documented, scientifically, forensic, and the facts, the factual documents. all taken care of now. As I said, researching 27 plus odd years with coherence and clarity for the populace to have comprehension on everything that's going on with your nous. Take it all in. Facts. As I said, there'll be no tolerance, and it will not be tolerated any more lies and fabricated fiction. It's all dissolved and decaying. And it'll just self-destruct on itself. Because that's what happens when you produce and show both hands, the golden light within the golden truth, flowing out in our golden unconditional divine love to each and every one of us. And it's all self-explanatory now, all self-explanatory. There can be no doubts, no skeptics, nothing. Because if you can read between the lines of the golden truth, there is nothing else to explain. I just sit here in the wings, waiting for everybody to catch up. They're waiting for everyone just to catch up. And then it goes bing, 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 bing. And we start performing what we should be performing. Our jobs. And producing and exploration, as I said. Get our scholars happening again. Get all the philosophers. We get everything happening which this evilness decided to suppress and oppress from the masses, and that is why we're stagnating. Let me just tell you what's been happening. Now, when I was in the Navy, back in the 80s, Bob Hawke, and his cronies, Beasley, he was the Minister of Defence at the time, and we had the founding dockyards, which was Cockatoo Island. Now, Cockatoo Island was the convicts basically built all those engraving docks and so forth, right? And the true architects of that aren't even mentioned. But the ones that designed all that and used the convict labour to chisel out, just with picks, shovels and spades and wheelbarrows of that age in the 1800s, were doing big slabs, carving those sandstone rock out and creating the dock, the dry dock to put the ships in. Now, no mean feat, hard sweat and labour, but it was all convict labour. So they built that, and then we had dockyard workers out there building ships. Ships for 100 years. We were building it. We were building ships for our Royal Australian Navy. Success was one of them. HMAS Success, a supply ship. I think the Vampire and a couple of destroyers, I think FFGs. But we were building naval warships from that dock. And then Beasley came along. And I think it was Bob Hawke to begin with, because there was a lot of unrest out there. There was about 120 dockyard workers, but all those dockyard workers cannot be replaced overnight. That was built up in a century of shipbuilders. And it was from father to son and so forth. It was hereditary. If your father worked on the docks, there was a good chance. And they were all tradesmen. Shipwrights to boilermakers, engineers. It was all disassembled for no good reason, for just greed, I think it was, because they wanted to privatise Cockatoo Island and sell it to a developer. And they destroyed our shipbuilding process in the same token, how they wanted to profit from the greed again. Now, The union member was Bob Hawke, okay? Bob Hawke was the union representative, and then he destroyed it all, and then went on to become Prime Minister with Defence Minister Beazley, and then he decided to put it in two separate fleets, one over Western Australia in HMAS Sterling, and one over here in at Cuttable, which is Garden Island. So what they done, they destroyed our defence forces at the same time, all the Royal Australian Navy, and they destroyed the dock workers, because there was heaps of dock workers too at Garden Island. One of my mates was a greenie, which was an electrician, and he was working on the private docks for the ships when we came on alongside. They've destroyed a lot. They've destroyed that. They destroyed our shipbuilding back then. Then they destroyed our smelters, our refineries. The whole industry, the car industry is another one, the car industry. Like, what a joke. All these could have been bought from our government and been controlled by our government and building cars. We could have been up electric cars and so forth now. Now, with all this tax coming in now, they're destroying more because they're young entrepreneurs in their 30s and they're millionaires because they've made their millions off the internet and so forth or other creativity, but they're our millionaire entrepreneurs. Now, they're all saying, go offshore. Let's go offshore somewhere else. Don't do it, guys. Just hang in there, because I'm trying to make it all sort itself out, and you guys are our young pioneers of this country. Don't give in to them. Yes, it's easy going offshore, but we're Australians, we're Aussies. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Remember that oi, oi, oi. That comes into it too, trust me. And why is it saying that chant? Because we're all connected, connecting up. And don't worry, because I'll sort it out. It's just in this timelessness and trying to get across to the masses on what a natural born leader does and my responsibilities in the spiritual, physical and materialistic worlds. It carries big and great responsibility. But don't you young ones give up on us. Ever. We stay and we change things here. This is what all these other countries have done. We fight against this evil. We no longer run. That's what my family had to do, and heaps of Huguenots back in the bloody 1800s. That's why we fled over to England, and England gets hold of us and knows what our spirituality does and can do. And then they shipped us out to Australia hoping we would die, and the indigenous race would just eat us, or kangaroos would fight us. They didn't know. They thought we'd just perish. But we're survivors, because we are conquerors. And we build up civilization from the ashes, like the phoenix rising from the ashes. We have the foundations to do that again, and we have the knowledge and the wisdom. And I don't want to lose any of you young entrepreneurs in your 20s upwards. I don't want to lose any of you, because you are the building of the new courageous bravery new world in Australia. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. So don't go anywhere. So that sort of, when I heard stuff like that, and all because this evil government has to go ASAP, and I get installed into my rifle place, and we go forward, forging ahead big time, and then I hand over the reins back to the people. Got to sort it all out, get it all operating on the right frequencies and vibrations again, and then hand it back over the good women and the good men. And the faster it happens, the better it's going to be. Sooner. In the now and present. Because you all know about myself now. There is no lie, no deception. It's all, as I said, scientific, forensic. And, your DNA, as I said, your DNA now clarifies everything with coherence and clarity and the facts. And all those other ones that have been riding high on their fictional lies are being found out now as we speak because of the DNA. We'll just do a blood test on them and it'll tell you exactly where they come from, what age, ages of the timelines, and we'll deal with it. But they cannot lie now behind their fictional paperwork and the pseudo laws that they fictional pseudo laws. Anyway, it's all going good. I'd just like to put a few things out there. 1, 2, 2, because it's all about persistence, isn't it? Persistence and directing the golden truth out there, and the word is the word, and start spreading the word. As you can see, I'm passionate, and my patience gets tested. As life is down here, it's like that big test on everybody. But once you find out who your authentic self is, well, we forge ahead, don't we? Shift, enthusiasm, gratitude, contentment, new experiences. Oh, happy day. Happy day. Did I say it was 12:12 too and 33 seconds? Well, there you go. 12:12. I think I said that at the start of the program. Because we're reprogramming you, readjustments are needed, and re-educating through my mastery and the mastery of the Master Teacher, 33. Bringing up to Godspeed with the golden truth and the golden facts. And what has been hidden will be hidden no more. An ample opportunity related to your life's purpose is just around the corner. Take immediate action once it pops up. Of course, a lovely partnership or an epic romance is also in the cards. So I said romance in the sword. 0505. Unexpected shifts. Big shifts are arising and happening. The solar flares. This number serves as a gentle nudge to pursue whatever interests you most. It's possible something could rock your boat, but you'll end up exactly where you belong, which could be in somebody's arms, your dream job, or abroad. One big, huge family. One big, huge family, and then we call it the big community. One big, happy tribe in a village. Beautiful. Time for change. 555. Encouragement, support. No more obstacles, battle, calling, restructuring a lot, isn't it? Creative work. You're going to level up. It might not feel good initially, but it will prepare you to handle the greater things in life for your highest good. That is the why you've been looking for. Why? Because it's the greatest mass awakening. Unstoppable, inevitable, irreversible, unavoidable, and awake. Rise and shine, abracadabra. Happy days, happy days. Push through it. There's a reward waiting at the finish line. Okay? Tranquility and serenity of the mind. As I said, a lot of terrible evil noise going off out there at the moment. You're thinking about, if you're married, you're thinking about your wife, your family, your kids. Then you're thinking about fuel for the car. Then you're thinking about mortgages or rates or some other thing, putting tyres on the car. your mind is racing in this, and it's the crisis of life in general, because it's our spirituality that they've taken and suppressed and oppressed from you guys. And this is what that 700 years is up. That prophecy is here for the laurel will go green again with prosperity. And the wealth or wreaths of the Duke family, variation of a Dushaw, I've got them. So it's all hooked up and all ready to go. It's all connected. All you guys out there have got to do is flick the switch now. And that means the masses come on board on my channel. And we go forward. Well, we go forward in leaps and bounds. And it's just, as I said, we're there. We're in the now and we're ready. Come on, guys. The Emperor's got his act together. You get your act together. Let's do this. Rise and shine. Don't worry about how awkward it is or how hard it is. It's not hard at all. If I've done it, everyone can do it. Deal with it and cope with it the best of your abilities. And we go forward. We forge ahead because we are conquerors. We are conquerors. And the natural born leaders, which is in my family lineage, and which is proven and verified all through the ancestral lineage, the blood regency. And it's all traced now. It's traced. As I said, I've done all the hard work. As I said, 27 odd years of it with clarity and coherence, because you've got to do this kind of things 1,000,000% with clarity, because you've got to climb over these lies of deception which they've corrupted you guys with brainwashing and manipulating your minds for the last 700 years. But we're only starting now to awaken to all this, because I'm the own author of my narrative. And you guys have got your own narratives too. And this is why the golden truth's coming out. Because we've got our own, good network, haven't we? They don't control the narratives anymore. We control the golden truth narratives and the facts. We have facts. And this is our news coming in north, south, east and west. As the sun rises and goes to its median point and then sets in the west here in Australia. Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi. Time. It's time. Timelessness. Timelessness. Ready, ready, ready. Flick the switch, guys. Okay, what have we got now? The Hangman again. The Hangman. Came out yesterday. So their history. The history. The evilness is gone. Those critters, creatures, monsters and demons are dissolving, decaying, and they'll disappear shortly. Very shortly. Sooner rather than later. Because they're digging holes, they fall in themselves, they fall back into those holes, they dig for themselves. You give them enough rope, they're going to hang themselves. They get too cocksure of themselves with their arrogance and ignorance. And they'll just eventually, they'll fall on their own deadly evil swords. That's how it works. Okay, so now we've got, the Wheel of Fortune. Wow, that's a bit bizarre, isn't it? Yeah, the Hangman, reversed, And we sacrifice our evil government. No big sacrifice, is it? And we do our recalculations, recalibrating everything. Yep, get rid of them. Because repulse, intent, receptivity, and enchanting the masses and waking up the masses to this horrific and terrible, gruesome stuff the critters, creatures, monsters and demons have been doing over the centuries shall be strung up. That was yesterday too, so multiplied. It's multiplied and it's the universe totally communicating with all of us. What do we have now? Nine of Pentacles. Shuffle these cards once again. Page of Cups. Now we've got Sacral Chakra on 2 cards, Wheel of Fortune, 9 of Pentacles, and then the Page of Cups is your root chakra. Center, balance and ground yourself, and perfectly with precision, align yourself with all those planets, the universe, galaxies, the Most High, celestial, terrestrial, all of it. And be sure to ground yourself with the bare feet of Mother Goddess Gaia. Knight of Wands, which is the heart chakra. As I say, the divine, unconditional love flows out to each and every one of you. I'll direct that out to each and every one of you. And there's going to be huge transformation and epic events, which is already happening as we speak. And that's time for rest. Have a bit of a sleep. Plenty of swords there on the walls here to grab and fight when timelessness is here, now and present. Need time to slow down and just take a break and pay attention to the lessons you have learned. So just slow the pace down a bit, pick up on all my archives, videos in the archives, and you'll see progressing up that stage. As I said, humble beginnings to the Prince stage. Then I think we had the King of Prosperity, wasn't it? And then you're sitting back in alignment, complete alignment, and resetting everything and re-stepping back into the Emperor and the Solar Jaguar Emperor. Okay, it's just all just realigning itself. This is how the universe works. And then, of course, we have Justice. Justice with a capital J. And then we got the Magician. And then Temperance again. All happening. Alchemical force. Magician. The magician communicates and guides the elements between heaven and earth, which brings him infinite energy. I have infinite energy. Don't worry about my energy. Might be these so-called vampire energetic creatures, actually creatures, critters, whatever. Try and suck and draw on your energy. I have infinite energy. And they draw on my energy, it's going to take their energy. As simple as that. That's how the spiritual side works. Everything is ready. The magician begins his new plan, which will lead to success because we are victorious, because we are conquerors. Wheel of Fortune. Read that yesterday, but I'll read it again. The appearance of the Wheel of Fortune, an opportunity to accept the flow of events. You just go with the flow of events. To have a new opportunity, a lucky beginning, a better situation, the coming of the God of luck. god of luck. Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles sounds like the Nile too, doesn't it? The Nile. Nine of Pentacles suggests success, confidence, sufficient financial security, self-sufficiency, financial freedom, and the quantum, when we go up in the quantum. Justice with a capital J. Dun-da-da! Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is more on the level of spiritual reflection, implying inner emotional expression and devotion. Devotion. Totally devoted. With passion and compassion and rewarding, because we only want the good men and the good women. The Knight of Wands represents a positive force that works with passion, but may appear to be too enthusiastic and aggressive in its actions. Centre, balance, and ground yourselves. Okay? Too much aggression, you'll tilt over. Too much enthusiasm, same thing. The pendulum. Swinging the pendulum. Okay? Just keep it swinging and you just balance everything. So that was from your heart chakras, okay? The heart chakras. Knights are out there. The Knights of Wands are out there doing their thing because they've grabbed those swords, because time for sleep is over. You all should be awake. Awake. Awake, rise and shine. By my command. Wheel of Fortune. Okay, so now we'll get into our Egyptian cards. Do this quickly. And then time for reflection when I go out of transmission. You've got a lot to think about, a lot to reprogram yourselves with, reteach yourself, because that is what I do as a master teacher. I teach you things and the golden truth and the facts. And when I go offline, you go on the internet and you can do your own research, whatever. Or you just sit there and wait for me next transmission and communication to keep going forward. Stability and equilibrium. Beautiful card. So, we go forward with your self-realisation, stabilisation, and communication said too, isn't it? Communication in our civilization, building from the foundation up again, rock by rock, stone by stone, because it has to be done, because we've got to disassemble all this evilness and their network of evilness. And it is being done. Slow process, but it is being done. But just trust in the process, because it's the greatest mass awakening. Unstoppable, inevitable, irreversible, unavoidable. Wake up, rise and shine, abracadabra. And we've just brought another 1 or 2 people on board. That is beautiful. Okay, because I'm loving it and I'm living it. And it's just one big experience too, isn't it? Okay, darkness is gone. Darkness is gone. Because with our skill and stabilisation and our righteousness. So, stability, darkness will be gone. With our skill set, and our righteousness. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, amen, and bye for now.